Okay, hello. So I've just bought this 2022 Model Y. I've literally just got it from Hendy Car Sales in Exeter and Marsh Barton. I hadn't actually viewed the car before I bought it. I'm going to tell you in a little while a bit of advice that I think you might find useful if you're in the market for a brand new Tesla, so bear with me. Please like and subscribe as well, that really helps the channel. This channel is mainly about book reviews, but I like to do car reviews as well. I've been after a Tesla for a little while. I decided to go 2 years old and 20,000 miles with one owner over brand new, and I will give you a very good reason for doing that in a minute. But for now, so far my experience has been, love the car's as I expected it to be, but one thing to be aware of if you're buying second hand is the previous owner has to have had to delete their details for you in order to set up your details on your phone, and I've only just realised now that can potentially take a few days, so it's taken the shine off a little bit. I'm about sort of, 47 miles and apparently 52 minutes from home. The car's expecting me to have about 43% charge by the time I get back. I started on 80%. I have been booting it a little bit here and there because I just want to get used to the car. I want to give it a good test to make sure there's no nasty noises or anything like that. But I'm loving the interior, I'm loving the ambience of the thing. It feels absolutely lovely. I love this minimalism stuff. It's just frustrating that I can't get the radio to play because I really want to experience the sound quality and stuff. But I'm going to be doing videos on this car, on my ownership of this car, so I'll keep you updated. Please subscribe, comment below if you want me to do anything in particular. If you've got any particular interest in anything about the Model Y, then let me know, because this is new to me. I've driven loads of cars over the years. I've driven quite a few Teslas, but I've decided on buying this particular one for a reason. Bear with me in the video, I will tell you. I'm just going to take it for a quick spin now, and then we will head to Cornwall, where I live. So to be fair, the car is nice and quiet. I've heard a lot of people saying that they're not as quiet on the move as you expect them to be. Suspension is hard, I have to say. A lot of people say how hard the suspension is, and I do agree. It'd be difficult not to agree. I'm going to put the foot down now. 60. Bloody hell, it does go well. That's the first kind of 0 to 60 I've done. And I didn't actually boot it from the standstill. I went a bit progressively there, but it's good. It doesn't tear your face off like the performance version, and particularly I test drove a Model 3 Performance the other day, a brand new one, and that did actually make me feel a little bit sick on the acceleration. That's quite a big thing for me to admit to, because I'm the sort of person, I'm a sort of petrol head who would normally say that no performance is ever enough. But the Model 3 0 to 60, I could feel the blood draining from my face, and my wife hated it. But this, the long range, is just absolutely lovely. It's just a nice amount of performance. It doesn't make you feel as though you're in something incredibly fast that you want to go racing everyone, but it's just enough performance to make you feel as though you've got plenty there to overtake and to do what you need to do. It's lovely. I absolutely love this interior. It's spacious. I'm about 6'1", 6'2", something like that. I've got tons of headroom. My driving position is actually better than I expected it to be. The seats are really quite comfortable as well. I've heard people say that they're not the highest quality. Okay, they don't feel like a top of the range BMW or Mercedes necessarily, but they've got their own sort of feel to them, and they're really nice, and I think they look really good as well. I noticed a couple of scuffs in the interior that I wasn't quite so happy about. To be fair, it's my fault. I bought the car over the phone pretty much, or at least I put the deposit down over the phone. I hadn't even viewed the car, so that's my fault, but I saw the scuffs and I mentioned it to the bloke, and his response was, because he was talking on behalf of the bloke who sold it to me, he said, we're all human and we do miss stuff. And at the end of the day, it's got 20,000 miles, it's 2 years old. I didn't expect it to be like a brand new car. It feels like a brand new car, to be fair, but obviously there is a scuff mark there where someone's put something into the boot and it's kind of scuffed the ceiling a little bit. But to be honest with you, by the time my kids are finished with it, it's not going to be perfect anyway, so I don't get too stressed about that sort of thing. What I would get stressed about is if a car has got any kind of mechanical issues. When I first started driving it, I did feel as though there was a bit of a sort of a buffeting type sound. It wasn't a knocking sound, but it felt as though something was buffeting in the wind, and I sort of thought, shit, is that one of the motors or something? So I don't really know what I'm listening for, and it isn't doing it now. So I'm wondering whether, I hope there isn't a problem underlying there. It took a little bit of warming up to kind of iron out, but we will have a look. What I will be doing probably is looking at the service schedule and maybe booking it with Tesla at some point to have a little look over. But so far I have to say it feels absolutely fantastic. tell you that's really worth thinking about is if you are in the market for a new Model Y, any new Tesla to be honest, some of the deals they're doing at the minute are really tempting. They're doing 0% finance, they're doing $299 a month I think on a rear wheel drive Model Y. We went in with the intention of test driving a few. My wife and I went in, we wanted to test drive a couple. She wasn't sure she wanted a 3 or a Y. I wanted to get a 3 at the time, but she wasn't convinced by the boot space. So we had a look, we had a drive of a couple, and in the end we just thought, you know what, should we just get a new one? Because the salespeople were really friendly, they made things really easy, they managed to talk us around a little bit. And normally I'm dead against brand new cars. I can't stand the thought of buying something that depreciates instantly the second you get out of the showroom. But I just thought, you know what, you only live once, let's do it, let's go for the whole experience. Tesla unfortunately weren't particularly great in their customer service. The car I went for was a Model Y long range. It was called a demo car, which got me a little bit concerned to begin with. I sort of said to the girl, does that mean it's been, she said it's only got 9 miles on the clock. And I said, sorry Sam, I said, well does 9 miles mean it's been ragged and launched for 9 miles? No, it's probably just come from the, or it will have just come from the boat. It'll have just gone into the showroom as a show demo. So that's all that'll be. And you've got £4,000 off for that reason, and it comes with about £3,500 worth of extras. So it came with the black 20-inch wheels, which I've got on this one. It came with the white interior, which I've got in this one, but also a tow bar. Tow bar is about 1,100 quid, so I thought fair enough, that'll at least increase the value of the car. Went ahead to buy the car. It was going to be delivered, or I was going to pick it up in about a week's time. But I just had a few questions in the meantime, and they weren't particularly good at getting back to me and explaining things. I wanted to know a little bit more about the car. I had confirmation of the car come through, and it said that it was a 2023 model year. Now that immediately got me kind of concerned, and I sent the messages and sort of said, I was under the impression I'm buying a 2024. What does that mean? Is it the same thing? And the response I got back was, yes, it's the same car. You'll have a 2024 number plate. Don't worry about it. And I'm thinking, I don't particularly care about the number plate. I just want to make sure it's a 2024 car because that's what I'm paying for. If I'm buying a brand new car for about 54 grand, and I want to know exactly what it is. So I asked again politely, is it definitely the same? Yes, they're the same thing. Okay. I spoke to other people and they said, it could have been that it was bought in and it was actually manufactured in 2023, but it's sat around in the showroom. So actually you're getting a new number plate, but is it the older car? And that just spooked me and concerned me a little bit. I then got some paperwork through saying delivery miles 30 miles. And I thought, fair enough, I've never bought a new car before. I don't know how far they need to drive it necessarily, if they drive it at all. I've known some people who've had brand new cars with 0 miles on the clock. I was expecting 9 miles because it was a demo. But when I saw 30, I just thought, what's going on? And Tesla just didn't give me a decent response. They just weren't particularly happy to talk and kind of reassure me. So came to the evening before the day of going to get the car, and I just said to my wife, you know what, this is really irritating me. Do we really want a brand new car for 50-odd thousand that's going to depreciate 20 grand in a couple of years? And she looked at me and was like, no, not really, to be honest. Like, whenever I see someone in a new car, I often think, you fool, you've lost tons of money. But it's each their own. Some people love brand new cars, that's fine. But I said to her, give me a chance, I'll look on Auto Trader. I guarantee I'll find exactly the same car or near enough for much, much less, a couple of years old, low mileage, and we'll just get it. I looked, I found this one, called Hendy, spoke to a guy called Zach, he was really helpful. I got the deposit down, he reassured me it was in really good condition, and we set the ball rolling. A few days later, here we are. Got the train up to Exeter from Cornwall and I've picked it up. So I'm hoping it works out okay. But stay tuned, like and subscribe, and I will keep you updated as to everything that goes on. Cheers.